Hey, welcome back to Two Little Wine Podcast with Ashley
and Jara.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hard.
Why did it sound plastic today? Is it plastic? No. Right? It sounds plastic, but it feels like glass. Anyways, hey.
Hey.
We're gonna do a little. We're just gonna jump right into a
Yes.
little Love Island recap.
Week 2. We had fun doing this last time, so we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, and we literally saw each other before filming, and we were like, "Did you catch up? Are you up? We're gonna keep
Not
it
gonna
for
talk
the
about
pod."
First, I have to tell you that. So on Wednesday, I was the first time that at 9:00 I was ready. Right.
Yeah, okay. Last Wednesday. Yeah.
So I go and I turn on. I'm sitting there on my couch, ready to watch this show.
Oh my God.
Hold on. So I go to Peacock and I'm like, does not say new episode, continue watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe they're just a little delayed.
Literally.
I turn off, I log out, I get out of it. I wait a little bit, I refresh. I wait like 10 minutes. I kept going back in. I turn off my TV. I was stressed.
Girl, I was like, did they kick somebody else off? I was like, wait, it better happen.
Wait, why are
I
they?
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
They don't film. They don't.
I had to Google it because I was sick.
I 100% sat with the fact that, dang, they got rid of another cast member without telling us. Because the when they first got rid of Julissa or whatever her name is, Julissa, there was like a wait for the episode to drop. It didn't drop right away.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So I was like, damn, they got rid of another person.
Yo,
I didn't even know until the weekend that I saw my friends, and I was like, oh, are you guys watching Love Island? I was like, yo, I was waiting for it on Wednesday. They're like, girl, it don't go on. I was like, oh, okay.
I was stressed.
Mad funny. I'm not. I will say, this is the first season that I'm watching from the beginning, and I'm like invested in it for US. I used to watch the ones from UK for a while there, like in between seasons, but this is the first one that I'm like, I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I only ever watched the last season for the first time, and I started late, so this is the first time that I'm like watching it in real time.
Girl, it's messy. Even the guys are watching it. This is
I love all those TikToks where it's like using the sound from White Chicks, like for the lady, perhaps a salad, and it's like watching the finals or something like that. And it's like perhaps not, all in a face mask. With Love Island, I love it.
Girl, so yesterday's episode. So by the way, we always film on Tuesdays. So yesterday's episode.
This is like a recap of week 2 of Love Island.
Yeah, I think it was like episode 12 yesterday, something like that. The crash out. I'm gonna start with this. I don't think Huda should be there anymore for her mental health, because she is crashing out live, and it's like sad to watch because they're all so young, and like you could tell she's literally going happy, sad, angry, trying to figure it out. It's hard to watch her go through all those emotions. And then I don't like, and so we'll go through everything, but I don't like that the girls are enabling her. Like, are they scared of how she's gonna react? But they're enabling her crazy.
I think that what we see of her is that, right? We see her like being super possessive over Jeremiah. We see her not like even just letting him rock in challenges, we see her like not allowing him to play the game.
Yeah, not to play the Love Island game, which is to mix and mingle.
And then she just is like, everything is so extreme.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think that everyone is mostly really concerned for her, like you're saying, like concerned for her mental health. So I think it's really hard to call her out in that way when you don't know how she's gonna react, and she's already having these big reactions.
Hey, I don't agree with it though, because the girls could pull her aside, away from cameras or away from everything, and be like, babes, like pay attention, like this
how
is
do
not
they know
okay.
that cut's not gonna make it though?
So you're saying maybe that they are saying that, but it's not making the cut?
I'm saying not necessarily maybe that they are saying, but I'm saying there's a lot of things that we don't see, and that I don't think that they know exactly what makes the cut or not.
Well, yeah, but I just feel like for the majority of the cut that we see, they are enabling her behavior, which is not okay. Because 100% her crash out, if it was a guy doing that crash out, saying bitch this, bitch that, pussy this, or whatever she says, like they would have been kicked out because that's scary.
Yeah.
Like it's too many, it's too high and too low. But I don't know. Like last night's episode, I was like, dang, she should probably go home.
Yeah. Did you see the clip for tonight's episode?
I was trying not to because I just want to watch it. But I think the clip that I saw, well, you say what you were going to say.
That there's a recoupling.
Yeah, there's a
for like everybody.
Yeah.
So.
I did see that at the end, or there was one clip that it was like Jeremiah has to pick between the new girl and
like
her.
Who he's going to couple up
but
with.
He's gonna couple up with her.
Who knows? I don't know. I also think that like I don't like the way that social media is like
attacking her.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't like that. I think that this is obviously like a very vulnerable moment for her that's being shown on TV.
I agree.
Nobody, like, you're not acting like that and then just being like okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think
there's a very, like, the producers are producing, like they're giving us a cut that they want us to see. But again, I think the crash out is very real. And I feel like I can relate to feeling so up and down and that's away from everybody. Like imagine that with cameras in front of you. Like that's 10 times worse.
Yeah.
And like it's so interesting to see how the guys communicated versus, at least in my opinion, how the girls communicate. Because again, what I don't agree with how messy Ace is about like how he chooses to say things. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But I do find it interesting that the guys were very they confronted each other after I don't think it was okay that Charlie went home. I think Charlie should have stayed and Taylor should have went home because I don't think Taylor and this girl's connection is even strong. And like whatever, that's besides the point. But as soon as like Charlie got sent home, the guys confronted each other. Yeah, Jeremiah had felt attacked or whatever, but the next day they were even able to be like, yo bro, like this is what we meant and this is why we think it's not cool or whatever. Like they were able to like do all of those things that like I want to see that for the girls, and the girls are like, babe, it's okay, he's wrong, she's deflecting.
I think it's hard. I think it's much easier said than done to confront somebody or to like really say, girl, you're tripping, when you see her reactions.
I know, but like if they really love each other, like bestie this, bestie that, I'd rather my bestie tell me, bitch, you're crashing out. Get it together. I told you
that's fake. This is what I told you
last
week.
Yeah.
You known these people for 1 week. That's not your bestie. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I don't know. I feel like the girl, maybe it's because the last seasons the girls always have each other's backs.
I think also.
Are these people just trying to make it to the end?
This is week 2. Usually we don't, I mean, in last season, we didn't really see crash outs until Casa.
Yeah. But that's why I feel like she's going to, the producers, America, everybody is going to keep them until Casa. For sure. 100%.
Yeah.
And I do think that Jeremiah, I want to say this because I do think that Jeremiah 100% like made his bed. Like, he enabled the behavior.
Yeah.
And I think that the producers are cutting that part out.
Well, because he like says that he doesn't like things about her, but then he also goes and says like, oh, we have our problems, but I'm gonna stand beside her.
Right.
Like, no, this is your opportunity to say like, you know, yeah, like things are I really like her. I want things to work out, but things are rocky, and leave it in that open. If she says, oh no, like I don't want to be open with you.
Right.
If that's how you feel, then we're going to be done. Okay, then let it be. That wasn't your person.
Right.
Let it go. But I feel like he's not being honest either.
He's like,
everybody's scared of her.
Yeah. But it's it doesn't have to be that. They're creating that culture. I don't know. I just kept like, I wish I was there to be like, babes.
I think it's hard to say, obviously, from like not being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I will say, I got mad respect for Nick because Nick and Ace for voting for Huda to be voted out. I respect that they at least said it. And I also respect Nick for holding Jeremiah accountable, because I think 100%. That he, like, you claim to really like this girl and to be with her, and she's about to, like, you just got recoupled with somebody else. Y'all basically just broke up, but you supposedly want to be with her, and you're just gonna let her cry and be sad all to herself. Like,
yeah, right.
You could have at least gave her a hug. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, we're gonna figure it out.
Right. She did call him a bitch though when he talked to her last night.
Yeah, but before that, there was mad time before that.
Girl. I think? I think that her energy, that like they would have never, in my opinion, I don't think that in the real world they would have got past a couple dates.
Oh, I agree.
Like, he would have been like, this girl's crazy.
Yeah,
but because it's Love Island, and they're there 24/7, whatever, I think he's like trying to be cool with it. But he himself, you can see that it's uncomfortable for him to even just like have those open conversations, because she's gonna attack him, and that has been the MO. He says something that bothers him and she attacks him, and then he just goes like this. He's just down, like, so sad. And I hate to laugh, but it's like they're not for each other. And like the whole point of the show is to test the waters.
Yeah, it's really hard for somebody who she seems to have an anxious attachment style, from what, like,
I hear that. What is this? What is this?
So like, it's the way that, so attachment styles are how you attach to other people, and then when your attachment style is anxious, is like you are worried that this person is gonna leave you. You're worried that, you know, if you express how you feel about something, maybe they're gonna be upset with you. Constantly needing that reassurance. So this show is not for someone like that.
It's not.
Because that's constantly what it is.
That's literally what it is. You're
constantly competing with somebody else for your man.
Yeah. And you know this. Like, this is the show. Yeah. Like, if you're on the show, you've seen previous episodes, like, you've seen previous seasons. Like, this is what it is. And I will say, I think that every season that a couple has made it outside, they were tested in the villa. The way that them two are moving is like, at least before last night, is like, they don't want to be tested. They don't want to think. They just don't be on the show.
Yeah, they just want it to be all.
Yeah, like, it makes for good drama, I guess, but not to her expense. Like, I don't like that people are coming for her as a person. Yeah. Like, she's clearly crashing out, which I can relate to those ups and downs and anxious attachment issues, but it's not on TV, right? Like, in the past. But it's not like for everybody to, you know, have their foot in or whatever.
Right. And like, I just think even when she told him that she had a kid, for her, like, wanting it to work with him so bad, that you say you have a child, and he's like, right, so he's having his moment about it. That makes sense. But then, like, you need to think, like, what does that mean for you as a mom? Like, as somebody who has a child, what does that look like? You need somebody who's going to be straight up and like, okay, this is something that I could take on, that I can handle, or not.
This is not.
And he's kind of like,
I'll think about it. Like, yeah.
If you're not ready now, you're not going to be ready in 6 weeks when you get out the villa. 100%. So is it really going to ever work?
Yeah. And through those times, from that conversation, they've had multiple conversations where she's like, so are you still open? And he's like, well, yeah. So, like, as a mother, like, you should think about that. Not to come at her as, like,
yeah,
whatever.
But if you're like, thinking take those about into the
considerations,
yeah,
because she,
life,
because she like says that a lot. Like, every time she says this to somebody, they're like, okay,
Mamacita.
Mama. I love that. Best reaction. Yes. Best reaction.
I really like Nick.
I like Nick more because he's a nurse. So like he has studied behavior. Like,
so that's
he
part
has
of what
background.
People were saying, like, him, like, okay, why do Nick and Amaya reach out to her to like talk to her about stuff?
They're both nurses.
In the yeah.
But Amaya is an enabler. She's a little tap too. She's a little. I think that Amaya is just I like her in the way that she's so dramatic.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could be in a relationship with somebody like that, because she's like,
yeah.
She's like a different version of Huda.
I'm laughing because of the meme that you guys sent in the chat. So there was like a clip of her when she's like crying, saying,
she's
no,
like, no, I don't want to do
And like the words on it was like when your mom makes you snitch on one of your cousins or something like that.
I sent it in the group chat because I thought it was hilarious.
But it really do be like that. Which one of you did it? We all about to get spanked right now.
Yo, how do you feel about Shelly and Ace?
Ace keep playing with my girl, and I don't like that.
Ace is for everybody.
I feel like I don't necessarily think that, you know, anyone could be closed, but I should be necessarily closed right now. But I think that, like, he's doing dates for her every single day.
Yeah.
So you should at least, I think it's fine that you aren't going to explore other connections, but at least make her your top priority a little bit.
And you know what? Like, I'm assuming this is a producer's cut. Mm-hmm. Why is every conversation they have the same? Like, why is it that out of nowhere when Iris comes, he has these long conversations? You never hear Ace talk about like his life and all these like deep conversations with Shelly, but he likes her. We know he likes her. But like, is it a producer's cut, or do they really just like the way they like each other looks? Like, I think Shelly is great. I don't think that Ace is for her because he should have chose her day one and kept choosing her, like how Nick does with Sierra. Like, they're both exploring, but they still are like, you know,
this is my priority
right now.
See. Yeah,
exactly. I don't like Ace's back and forth. And then he like does things, or again, it could be a producer's cut when Iris went on the date with Jeremiah. That's when he pulls Shelly to do the little date, but then when they come back, he's on Iris. I don't know. Could be producers because could not. I don't know if they're trying to.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's Shelly's man.
I feel like Shelly is always the one. Like, he's always playing in her face.
And unfortunately, I think that's why she has Austin on the side, so that she doesn't feel dumb, just in case Ace doesn't choose her. Because it's a nice recoupling. He doesn't choose her. Shelly, you gotta move on.
Yeah, no, for real. But I also don't think, like, come on, I need them to bring in a good bombshell for her.
No, yeah, and Austin gotta go. Austin gotta go. Taylor gotta go. I'm just not a fan. I feel like
I like Olandria and the new guy. I think they're cute together.
I think so. Yeah.
But I feel like, in particular, last night's episode was very choppy. Mm-hmm. Like, there were a lot of things that I'm like over here rewinding. Like, did I miss something?
Yeah. They kept most of the drama about Huda.
Yeah.
Instead of exploring, like, I mean, maybe it was just boring dates and they had it in the show.
Yeah, that's
true. Because Pepe and Hannah, it's like, whatever at this point.
I don't think that they have, like, the connection, the emotional connection for a relationship. I think they're just attracted to each other.
I think they have sexual chemistry. Mm-hmm. But I think that she had more of an emotional thing with, oh, I'm so sad he went, Charlie. Well, let's see. What's your prediction tonight?
My prediction tonight, I either think, obviously, I was going to say, I think Jeremiah's going to either choose Huda or she's going home. Those are obviously the only two options. But I don't know. I don't know that he's going to choose her because there hasn't been any, like, maybe if they would have had a kind of conversation or he would have talked to somebody, like, saying, like, that, you know, that's still my boo. Did you catch when she said love you to him?
Yeah. But you know why? They had intercourse the night before.
Yes, but like, and that's why they once you start doing that, like, you just get attached in a different way.
Yeah, I don't think he's letting her go because of that. I think that he's gonna feel like shit because he knows that she has a child and he cares about her to some capacity. Yeah, he doesn't want to embarrass her, right? Like, he can't let her go. I think that he's not. I think that Iris is gonna go home and that's gonna be effed up. But one of the guys gotta go and somebody else gotta come in. I think they should keep Ace for the plot because he's kind of funny.
He's so funny.
He's keeping it entertaining.
Menace.
Literally, you know, they did a thing about lookalikes and they said that he looks like, you know, the little baby with the scully. So cute. Like,
he really does.
Mad cute.
But yeah, we need some new energy in there. Mm-hmm. I am curious to see if they make it to Gaza, and
they are.
I don't know. I just don't think that. I feel like Huda's time on the show is done because she
doesn't want to explore.
She's gonna explore with anybody else. So no matter who comes
they bring in. No matter. And that's not the point of the show. Like, yes, I get that you can find a connection early on, but the show is to have fun. Every challenge, he's like scared to make out with somebody. That's why last time he was like, well, I'm gonna make out with Alondria because I clearly can't do. Yeah.
I agree.
She gotta go.
Even like
for her
in
own
a challenge,
peace.
she's like twisted over.
But then when
everybody
when they're kissing her, he's like, this is a game, whatever. Obviously it bothers him, but he's like, this is a game, whatever. But as soon as they kiss him, she's bending over backwards. It's very
double
standard, and it's just toxic.
Yeah.
In a bad I think that's what's coming to her demise, is that like you can be mad but not do. Remember, you're on camera.
I also just don't like the way she's cursing at him.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. I think it's just disrespectful.
That was uncalled for. And then she's calling the Iris girl bitch too. Yeah. It's like, I don't like her. I think she's sneaky or whatever. It's like,
it didn't even show them have any real like conversations except for that one. They went on the date, and when she came in, she said, "Oh yeah, he's attractive."
Yeah, and she was like, "Did he talk about me?" No. Like, she got mad at her because of that. Like, this is a show to explore connections. I think it's
a lot of displaced like she has
100%.
a lot of displaced anger.
100%.
But I don't know. Let us know what you think.
What do you think?
Week 2. I'm ready for tonight.
Did we see or like experience a different show? Because that too. Let us know. Call us out.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. See you in the next episode.